Good morning students, a very hearty welcome to GC Tech Hub CS tutorials. In today's class we are going to discuss a few things related to lists like what all elements you can join along with lists and what all elements you cannot. We will see one program and we will also see one topic in lists. So let's move on to our today's class. So here is what we are going to do. We will be first seeing these 3 points, that is we can join the list with lists, not other data types, repeating or replicating lists, and list slicing. And we will be seeing also one program in lists and using list slices for list modifications. We can use this also. So let's start with the first one, that is we can only join list with lists, not other data types. So for seeing that, we will be suppose creating a list over here 1 2 3, and we will try to join L1 with an integer value 45. So you can see that you get an error message, a type error exception here, that is you can only concatenate list to list, not integers. Okay, same way if I write here, that also gives me an error, but I can always concatenate a list with a list. Let's try to concatenate this with a string. So this also gives me an error saying that we can only concatenate a list with a list. Second is repeating or replicating list. This is the same as in strings. So for repetition of list, if you have list 1, if you write L1 into 5, it will repeat the contents of the list how many times? 5 times. Now certain things you need to keep in mind over here, that is for repetition of lists, you can only join a list, you can only use this operator with 2 types of operands. So one of the operands will be a list object and the second has to be an integer object. This is mandatory. First one will be a list object and the second will be an integer object. You cannot perform this repetition operation with between a list and a list, or between a list and a string, or between a list and float. That is not allowed. So we can see it over here, like I'm going to show it to you. If you write it like this, that is L1 into 5.5, you cannot multiply sequence by non-int type, that is float. You can also not do it with list 1 into list 1. You can also not multiply it with any string object. So all this is not allowed. You can only multiply a list object with an integer object. And the last is list slicing, which is the same as that of your Python strings. So when it comes to list slicing, students, here also we follow the same rules, that is list object, start index, stop index, and skip value. So start index is usually the index from where we want to start the slicing, and stop index is usually the value which is excluded. So everything is same like that of a string only. So let's understand this with some examples. Like I'm creating a list here named numbers, which contains the following elements. So I'm using a list comprehension here. So this list comprehension says that numbers is a list which contains values within the range 1 to 20. Now for list slicing, if I write numbers 3, comma, 9, you can see that here we are getting an error because I did not use colon over here. I had to use colon in place of a comma. So I will write numbers 3 colon 9 and it gives us a slice. So let us first try to figure out what it would be. So I'm just going to write it in the form of a list together with its positive and negative indices. So this is my list, which is numbers. And here I'm going to just number all its indices. So this is 0. So all the list items are indexed now. So now if you write numbers 3 colon 9, so it will definitely start from this index 3 and it will end at 8, because the last index is what? It is 9. So this will give us the list slice 3, sorry, not 3, it will, these are the indices actually, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it will give you these indices over here, these elements over here. So this is the list slice which we extracted from the list, that is numbers. Now if I provide here numbers 9, it means that the first index is missing. So it will start from the very first index only. So this will give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. That is, it will start from here. That is the first index. And it will end at 8, which is 1 less than the index 9. And if you miss out on the last one, that is, if I start from 6 over here and I don't provide anything in the last index, so the last index will be considered this index only. So in that case our list slice would be like this. We start from 6, that is from this position, and we will be ending at the end over here. So this is going to be our slice over here, that is from 7 to 20. This is going to be the list slice. And because these list slices, the start and the stop index, they act as the boundary. Okay, so that is why if I provide like this, that is I write numbers and nothing I give, then it will start from the very first index and it will end at the last index only. And even if I provide anything which is beyond this limit, like I start from index 7 but I provide the last index as 30, so here also it will start from the index 7, that is it will start from 8 and it will end at 20 only. That is whichever is the, because 30 exceeds the last index, so it will end at the last index, that is 20, that is 19, and the last element will be what? 20. So here if we let's try this out over here. We will be seeing these few things, like I'll write here numbers and I start from anything and I don't provide anything in the final one, so it takes up all the numbers till the end. Then we have numbers, first one is skipped and the last one is given, so we start from the very first index only. And if I write numbers nothing, this gives me all the elements. And now if I use the skip value, that is -1, it will print all the values in the reverse order. So in the, we can also consider the negative indices here, like if I write here numbers and I write here -10 up to -1. So minus 10 is over here and minus 1 is there. So it will start from the index 10 and end at index minus 2. So this will be the list slice over there. And if you just add the negative value along with it, that is minus 1, it will display these values starting from 19. So values will be displayed in this manner: 19, 18, 17 up to minus 10, that is 11. So we'll try this out also over here. Like I write numbers and I start from minus 10, end at minus 1, and I give minus 1 over there. Okay, so it is giving me, let me change it. So I am writing here minus 1 colon minus 10 colon minus 1. Yes, this should give me the answer. So you can see over here that if I want to print the values in the negative order, I'll have to make this one correction over here. That is, start index and the stop index has to be taken care of. So I have to specify minus 1 here. I have to specify minus 10 over here. So this will display value starting from 20 to 12, as you can see it over here. But if I want exactly these values, that is 19 to 11, so in that case I will have to replace this with minus 2 and the ending has to be minus 11. This will give me the values from 19 to 11. So this is how I can use list slicing. And if I am also providing any value in the beginning, that is, I write here numbers and I give any negative index which is not within this range, that is, which does not belong to any of these negative indices, like minus 30 I am giving here, colon I am providing here minus 5. Then it will start from the very first index only, that is, it will start from this first value only, and it will end at minus 4, that is this 17 over here. Sorry, not 17, it will end at 15 over here, as you can see, because we had provided it as minus 30 and minus 5. So minus 30 is somewhere over here, which is out of bounds. So it will start from minus 20 only, and minus 30 and minus 5. Minus 5 is this one, so it will accept value up to minus 6, that is 15. So it will display values starting from 1 to 15. So likewise, you can just use a lot many different combinations of start and stop index and the skip value. And one more thing is there, that is, if you provide the skip value in this way, like I write numbers and I am giving the skip value as 2, so it will just display, it will skip the numbers by a factor of 2, that is, it will skip one value in between. And if I write here numbers minus 2, so from the end it will display all the numbers skipped by a factor of 1 from the last index. So how we can make sure that happens, I'll just show it to you once again. As you can see, we have this. Now that I provide here numbers minus 2, so because start index and stop index both are missing, so it should display the entire list, and it will start from the last index from here, and it has to end at minus 2. Sorry, it has to end at this first index only, but it will be skipping by a factor of minus 2, that is 20 will be printed, then one value will be skipped, that is 19, then 18 will be printed, then one value will be skipped, then 16 will be printed, and so on will be done. So these are the values which are going to be printed from the end because we have used minus over here, and because 2 is there, hence if I add, like this is minus 1, so minus 1 plus 2 will give me what? The index, sorry, minus 1 minus 2 will give me minus 3. So this is minus 3. So this will be printed, then minus 5 and minus 7, minus 9, minus 11 and so on. So even if you provide any proper range in between, like if I provide the value over here, like for example, if I have to display the values in the reverse order starting from this and I want to end at this. So I'll be again going back to the initial one over here because I have all the indices written there. Suppose I want to display these values 16, 14, 12, 10. I want to display these values. So in that case my list slice would be, I'm starting from 16, that is I'm starting from this value over here, that is minus 5, or even I can write 15. So I'm starting from the value 15 and I'm ending at 10, that is over here, which is my 9. So I'll be taking one value extra towards this side, that is 8, and I'll give minus 2 over there. So let's do the dry run and see. Numbers, I started it from minus 5 and I started it from, I took the positive index 15 and I ended at 8 and minus 2. So yes, it is giving me these values, that is 16, 14, 12 and 10. And let's take negative indices also over here, that is minus 5 up to, we are taking it up to this position, that is 8, which is minus 12. So minus 12 and minus 2. And here we get the same answer. So you can see that for two different types of slicing, we are getting the same slice, same list slice. Now we have a question here, that is extract two list slices out of a given list of numbers. Display and print the sum of elements of the first list slice, which contains every other element of the list between indices 5 to 15. Program should also display the average of elements in the second list slice that contains every fourth element of the list. The given list contains numbers from 1 to 20. So let's do this program. So here, with the very first thing is, we need to understand the logic of the program. So let us first understand the logic of the program. As you can see over here that we have to extract two list slices out of a given list of numbers. And what is that list of numbers? It is already mentioned here. It contains numbers from 1 to 20. So we can easily create numbers as a list comprehension. So we can use a list comprehension to create the list. In that case, our list is going to be something like this. So you can see that the numbers list is like this, where we have the positive indices here and we have the negative indices over here. And these are the values within numbers. So now we have to extract two list slices. So what we have to do, display and print the sum of elements of first list slice, which contains every other element of the list between indices 5 to 15. So our first task is to extract the first slice. Our first slice will be what? Every other element of the list between 5 and 15 indices. So this is 5 and this is 15. That means actually we will be taking 14. So all elements within this range will belong to the first slide, provided that it is every other element. Every other element means we have to leave a gap in between. We have to skip one element in between. So that would be like this: numbers, the first index 5, the last index, because it is 5 to 15. So you can consider that as if you want to include 15, then in that case you will have to take one more value, that is 16. You have to take the end as 16, and because we have to skip one value in between, we will take 2 as the skip. Now the second list slice that contains every fourth element of the list. So our second slice will contain every fourth element of the list, and the indices are not specified here, which means that we have to consider the entire list. So for that we will be skipping the start and stop index, and because every fourth element has to be given, so we can specify 4 as the skip value. So now what we need to do is display and print the sum of elements of the first list slice. So for the first list slice, we have to print the sum of elements, and program should also display the average of elements in the second list slice. That is, for the second one, we need to print the average of elements. So you can see over here how we broke down a complicated question. So like this, you need to read the question carefully and try to understand the root of the problem. That is what we need to do first. Like first we had to create a list, only then we could extract list slice from there. Then create a list slice so that then you can perform operate further operations on each of those list slice elements, right? So that is, this is exactly what we are supposed to do. We have to take into consideration the entire list. Now we need to write the program. So the program won't be a problem over here. Like for the first list slice, we need to print the sum of elements. So for the sum of elements, we can take a variable sum and just initialize it with the value 0 and proceed as usual. So let us check out the program over here. So I am going to first take numbers and create numbers. And I'm also going to print this numbers, right? So when I first run the program, you will be able to see that numbers is printed, and I will also provide it like this: numbers equals this. So you can see that my list is printed in this way. Now the second part, first slice, which is equal to elements of numbers starting from index 5 and ending at index 15, which is your actually we will be considering as index 16, and leaving one gap in between. Then the second slice is all elements, every fourth element of the list. Let us print each of them. So I'm going to print here first slice, which is equal to, and also I'm going to print the second slice. Let's print these values, and you can see, okay, second slice is not defined. Let's see. Okay, we had written second slide there. So now you can see the elements of all the three lists. The first one is the original list, then we have the first slice, and we have the second slice. Now what we need to do is, on each of the slices, for the first slice we need to calculate sum of elements. So for this I will be taking calculate sum of elements of first slice. So how to do that? We will first take s equals 0 for element in first slice, s plus equal to element, that will be all in this case, and print the value, that is sum of all elements of first slice, which is equal to s. Let's print it and see, and you can see the sum of all elements of first slice is 66. Now for the second element, for the second slice, we have to calculate average of elements. So I'll be doing that also. Calculate average of elements of second slice. So for this also I am taking a value AVG and assigning it 0, because average also means that I will first calculate the sum of all elements and then divide it by the number of elements. So I will write here for element in second slice, AVG plus equal to element, and AVG equals AVG divided by len second slice, that is total number of elements in second slice, and print average of all elements of second slice is equal to AVG. When you print the value, you can see the average of elements is printed. So this is the question, students. So here you can see that we first created the list, main list, then we created the two slices, then we printed them, then we handled each of the slices separately. For the first slice, we calculated the sum. It is a pretty simple logic which you have been doing it right from the beginning. So that is why I did not do the dry run for this question, because already you are aware of doing that for a simple logic like this. So here we only needed to calculate the sum of elements, and here we needed to calculate the average. So we first used average as a variable which will store the sum, cumulative sum. It will act as an accumulator which will keep on accumulating the element sum, and then once the sum is calculated, we will be again using this for calculating the average by dividing it with the number of elements in the second slice. So this is it, and in the next class we will be studying using slices for list modification. So students, that was all in today's class. In the next class, we will see list modification using some sequences, and also we will be seeing some list functions. So thank you everybody.